check it. Broden Kelly, Tom. Paddy always sits away from the mic and then he's like, I won't talk. And then 5 seconds, he's like, I got something to say. Cause it's Wacky Willy Wednesday. That's when we do the podcast, where you send in your feedback and we read it out. And this one's a good one because I have been vindicated by all of my beautiful community. Oh, and your community and Marn's and Paddy's community too, of course. But they
Mostly
came into
yours.
bat for me this week. Boy, did they come into bat. Because I was attacked by all of you saying that the bun, this is in relation to last Wednesday. No, Thursday, Wednesday.
Footy with Marns.
I said it's a different bun.
The fillet of fish
Okay,
to the
yeah, whole
cheeseburger.
thing.
Do
Yeah,
we need
we're
to
doing a
set
whole
that
thing
up?
about the fillet of fish, and you were saying you never have a fillet of fish because you don't like reconstituted fish, but you're
Yeah.
fine with reconstituted beef, reconstituted chicken.
Absolutely.
From Macca's, we should say.
Yeah.
Now, and I was like, it's a different bun. And you were like, no, it's the same bun. And then we went into a whole thing. And I was right. As how I read it, I was unanimously right. Is that right, Paddy?
Sure.
Pretty sure you admitted you were wrong as soon as we stopped rolling, but you know.
No.
No, he didn't.
That's
It
not the
went
thing
on.
about tennis. Is that what
You know, there was a lot of straw man fallacy stuff going on in here. Do you know what I mean? A lot of like, you know, like, well, it's because it's steamed that it is this, you know, the same. It's a different bun.
Well, you admit that it's the same bun, just prepared differently. So it's really a semantics as to whether you're correct or not, because I think it is one steamed, so the fillet fish is steamed and the cheeseburger's toasted, but it is the same bun.
You can prepare things in different ways and then they become different things.
Yeah, see, I think that's where we disagree. Like I said, if you have a piece of bread and a piece of toast, it's still the same bread that you're eating.
But if you eat it, was a bagel and bread the same thing?
No. But if you have a bagel and a bagel toasted, is it still the same thing?
I'm just going to
Still
jump
a
in and
bagel.
say to the Spotify
No,
listeners,
but-
watch this one on YouTube.
Don't change the subject because they're both dough and one is, if you steam, bagels are steamed and bread is baked.
No, but they're still cooked the same. The buns are still cooked the same, and then one after it's cooked and become a hamburger bun, one is then steamed and then it's toasted.
Nah.
Yeah, it's not like the bun is steamed.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's just when it gets to McDonald's, it's literally the same.
Oh,
shit.
no, I'm wrong, yeah.
You know what I thought we could do though? I thought we could do.
But let's read through the emails.
Well, I think just before we get to the emails, I thought we could do a fun little themed episode because I have something I've been wanting to talk to the listeners about as well.
Yeah?
Because we talk about food sometimes.
No.
So let's just do a food-focused Wacky Wednesday.
Okay, great.
Here's my first thing.
This is a bad. This is the number one problem with my diet is that we record this on Sunday nights, and then I'm driving home usually between 7 and 8:30,
Yeah.
and I'm at week. I'm weak.
Yeah.
Do you eat badly after the show?
My partner's lovely and makes sure that there's some dinner left over from me. So I'm okay.
You usually get a Mad Max beforehand.
I
That
get a
was the
little
thing for
Guzman.
while,
Oh, yeah.
Guzmani
Oh, no, a
was
little
that.
Zambrero. Yeah.
How long
Yeah,
have you been?
Zambrero.
How long have you been in your apartment for?
4 and nearly a half years.
4.5 years.
Yep.
How's it going? Good.
Yeah, it's like a H.
Yes,
Okay.
there it is. I think a relationship
like
should
a
be
H.
like an uppercase H. Anyway,
So does the term strip mall mean anything to you, Paddy, or is that an American only term?
Strip mall.
Yeah.
so for your Paddy, for context, Tom's very well travelled.
Okay.
Not even.
He's a renaissance. So when he asks you a question like, I'm going to say,
Not even. I wanted to talk about this on pod, but I didn't know if we had a word for it in Australia, but there's a very clear word for it in America. So I wanted to ask Paddy if it resonated, and it clearly doesn't.
I know.
But
of
you
a
know-
mall.
Yeah.
but I would say it's more strip, less mall. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I agree. So all it means is like in America, they have little, what they call strip malls, right? Which is little corners of shops. That's all.
Okay,
so not
good.
just
I
a
thought
milk
it was
bar.
something else.
No, okay, good.
Not a strippy mall, no.
Me and Broden think there's a goated strip mall in Preston.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got a sombreros, a really good Greek shop.
And to our dear listeners,
Yeah.
if you travel on Bell Street, you've seen it,
Yeah.
and you can enjoy it too.
Corner of St. George's and
Yep.
Bell
No,
Street.
no.
Yeah.
No, is that the one where it's a drive-through?
No.
Zambies, is that right?
No.
I'm thinking of a different
So
one.
Zambrero, then a Greek shop,
Yep.
then a BWS sort of situation,
Okay.
Tom?
then a Domino's, then a Subway.
I just want to get this very right for our wonderful community because if we're going to say it, we got to say it right.
I'm sure it's Bell Street and St George's.
St George's is the McDonald's and the Hachi's kebabs
You're
and,
right.
and the theatre. What we're actually looking at is Gilbert and Bell Street.
You're right. Absolutely. You're 100% right.
And it is a goated strip mall.
So I want to know from our listeners, is there a better strip mall in Australia? Or what is your ultimate goated strip mall? Because I don't think you can really beat that.
This
little strip
one,
mall.
Zambrero, Souvlaki and Kebab House, Subway, and a Domino's.
A Domino's and
Like an IGA situation.
And a little wine shop.
Very strong.
And we
very
love
strong.
wine. We're
Another thing.
winos, Tom and I.
There's a really
Famously.
there's a really good one in Ivanhoe as well where there's like popular sushi, but that's about it really.
Popular sushi.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to put out really.
No, and if you've been to that, if you've seen it, email. If you've been there, email, because I believe it to be goated.
Yeah. And if there's a better one, I'd like to make it a thing. I'd like to drive out, get some content and the greatest strip
We'd
malls
like
in
to
Australia.
do every Friday night, we do a live stream from that strip without permission.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
so
I'm
into
pitching.
it.
Now, what's the feedback, Tom?
Okay. I'm refusing to get to the steam buns until the end.
Okay, great.
Last week you talked about how you want a curry at the footy, and multiple people wrote in that you can get some curries.
Multiple.
Multiple people. One, I think that there's an email here I'm going to read from Jesse, which is about SCG, but apparently you can get some at Optus as well.
What I'm learning is that it's a Melbourne thing where we are not giving curry at our MCGs or Marvels. Because, yes, I've seen in the discourse, I've seen Adelaide has vans out the back that have curry in them.
Yeah.
At Optus Stadium has curry. And who's this person?
And this is from Jesse, and they're saying, in their members at the SCG, there is a single food stall on level 2 that does butter chicken and or paneer masala, but they serve it wrapped up in flaky naan bread like an Indian taco. It's absolutely delicious. It still sounds like a recipe for disaster for me personally, getting it all over my clothes, but maybe that's just a me problem.
They've made it a street food fair there.
Yeah, which I love.
Would you, what is that a burrito? Is that an Indian burrito
So I once...
or an Indian souvlaki, or is a souvlaki an Indian a Greek burrito?
I have a very good friend of mine who grew up in Mumbai. His name is Chinmay. Shout out to Chinmay.
I know Chinmay.
And I told him how I eat Indian, right? Which is I get a naan. I put rice in there. I put butter chicken in there.
Yeah.
Or whatever I'm getting. Put a little bit of mango chutney in there.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, eat it like a taco. Or a burrito more.
Sure.
He has never been more offended. I have never offended someone more greatly. He just couldn't understand why you would put rice in the bread. He was like, it's not on. That's
It's
not how you
double
do
carbon.
it. Like, you do not double carb. He was really offended. And I had to apologize about it. Okay, I get it. Anyway, and I used to tease him that I would start a cart with like these burritos like that. It was very good gear.
Shout out Chinmay. Does he listen?
No, Chinmay doesn't listen.
No
He's
chance.
more of a cricket guy, to be honest. Anyway, ending the fillet fish bun discussion from AJ. My name is AJ and I used to work at McDonald's.
Strong start.
Assistant store manager.
Not special, mate. Lots of people work at Macca's, AJ.
Yeah, I've been thinking of getting a job at McDonald's.
Why?
I just think it's really cool.
You think? Okay.
You know, just to...
I mean, if you're in year 9, it is.
Yeah, and you just get free food and...
Do you know? Remember
Good
what
I
was
think
the
they're quite strict on that.
Are they?
Yeah, I think there's an allowance. I
That's
don't know.
right.
I can't speak.
No, you're right. It's
for the McDonald's
50%
workers.
off within half an hour of either side of your shift and 20% the rest of the time. You're right.
That's very specific, Tom.
and from experience, when your mates work at these,
Yeah.
Macca's is the worst one to have a friend work at.
Yeah, they can't give you nothing. Whereas KFC.
KFC's a different story.
KFC's the best one because that's where I got Tom fired from.
All right, let's see. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Broden.
Oh,
But I can confirm the fillet of fish bun is the exact same as the buns used for cheeseburgers, including double and triple. Yummy. The only other buns Macca's do regularly are the quarter buns, used for quarter pounders, McChickens, etc. Big Mac buns, gourmet buns, blah, blah,
Big
blah.
Big Mac buns.
They are usually toasted. However, with the fillet of fish, the regular buns are put in the steamer for 5 seconds. So that's the only difference, Braden.
5 seconds.
5 seconds of steaming.
Is it? What a difference 5 seconds of steaming makes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't know what you're talking about though because you never have one.
I know. Even though I won the bet, and we
What
probably
bet?
talked
Oh,
about this on Sunday, I probably will do a little video, a little bit of day in the life.
Should we order in a fillet of fish?
Should we order in a fillet of fish?
I think we should.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
let's do it. Braden, you do that while I read the next email.
Please.
It's another one. Yeah, actually, this is from Brendan. It's also backing up my position. Interesting. Let's see if I can find one for Braden. Here's one's from James, former Macca's employee. A lot of former Macca's people.
I was going to say before you jump into that.
Yeah, go.
Do you remember? Because we used to go. We lived in Viewbank growing up, which is out on the way to Eltham and out on the way. The home of the goat of the AFL, Marcus Bontempelli. I found out he's an Eltham boy.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Which is it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Because he's the face of the West now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember growing up with the staff of Yalambee McDonald's.
Oh, 100%.
Like I remember two very vivid managers of it.
Yeah.
And like Reese used to work there and other people used to work there. But then there was like one of the managers who worked there for like my whole childhood. One day I was like 25 and I went to the Barclays Square Macca's and it was like 1 a.m. and it was going off. All these drunk people coming home after going out to the pub. And I was like, you used to be the manager of Yalambee Macca's.
The goat.
And he gave me a free meal.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was like, you're famous. I grew up with you.
Yeah, 100%. No, that was like the one beacon, really, that we had. We were deep suburbia.
Yeah, see, because you would have grown up with a big strip mall nearby with the Zambreros and everything, wouldn't you?
No, we had a Bilo.
Yeah,
Bilo,
see.
and then it became a Coles. It was a big,
Surely
big
bakery
thing.
and fish and chip shop in Kyneton as well.
Berkey's Bakery.
Yeah.
Best vanilla slice you can get in the Macedon
Okay,
Ranges.
interesting. All right, I'll be testing that.
Did you ever go to Hanging Rock?
I spent a lot of time at Hanging Rock as a 3-year-old, 4-year-old. Didn't get lost often.
Okay. There's a short
We had
film in it.
orienteering at Hanging Rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be fun as.
All right. But yeah, so we only had a Macca's where we were.
Yeah,
in
and there was a
Viewbank.
7-Eleven joint on, but like really, you'd get a Slurpee and, that was it. You didn't want anything else from 7-Eleven.
And so we would walk all the time to this Macca's, really core part of our lives. And we have listeners from this community and they will say, yes, you've spoken to our heart.
Yeah.
And this is a fucked wacky Willy, I must say.
Well, I just wanted to make
This
it
is good. I like it. I like
It's
it.
different.
We'll call it the fast food special.
Yes,
Or the strip mall special.
please.
But have you ordered that fillet of fish?
I'm just
Because I don't
working-
want to end the episode until you've ordered the fillet of fish.
Do you want anything, Paddy?
I think I'll live. I had Royal Stacks at the MCG.
How was it?
Which is not as good in any way.
Isn't it?
Average.
Because the one here
It
is
was
really
cold.
nice. Yeah.
It was
I
cold
think-
and tough.
You shouldn't put as a brand, listen to me now, brand. Don't put your brand into the MCG because it is brand damaging. Do not do that. It is so silly.
I talked about it on Sunday, but I have a crazy idea.
Okay.
MCG, not for the whole place, just for a few key areas. I want to see Rotary Club representation.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
volunteers raising money, doing
Yeah.
cappuccinos and scones and shit.
Yeah.
The Country Women's Association
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there. I want a few of them in there. They would, and this is why it would never happen, go the fuck off.
I agree with you. And I just think it's just super. Like, why would you want to be a brand like Royal Stacks or Zambreros or whatever, or Red Rooster even that's growing, and go to the MCG and just have your fucking brand tarnished?
Yeah, I very well said, Tom. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, this was, give it a star rating, Tom, this episode.
I think 5 out of 5 fillet of fishes.
Well, that's so exciting. All right. Well, I just realised I was about to, and everyone knows this problem, I was about to send 9 fillet of fishes to my
your
home.
house, of course.
So I've got to fix this up, but we'll see you soon. Bounce that pillow.
Wacky Willy Wednesday.